We had some great racing in Texas this weekend, which is something I didn't expect to say, but I did. This is FR Racing's Garage Talk Weekend Recap. I'm DJ Plug.
I'm Eric Richardson.
I don't know. We had three races this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway, moved to the spring. So it wouldn't be a million degrees on track. The on track temperature today was still like 117 at the start of the race, which is still cooking, but good turnout today in the stands. It looked like
Yeah, it looked pretty busy, which is good.
it's it's good. I'm glad. Yeah, because last fall that was a really miserable weather. I think air temperature was like 100.
Yeah,
It
it was
was
super hot and
humid.
just other stuff going on and not a good day to race.
But today, on the other hand, was a good day to race.
That was.
Yeah, you had a lot of people spinning themselves or
The bump in turn four claimed a lot of victims.
it certainly did. And yeah, let's see, and Kyle Larson lost a wheel.
Yeah,
Let's
he
see.
fought back to the lead lap though.
He did. Blaney got into the wall.
Nemechek went around a bunch.
Nemechek had a bad day. He had a really bad day. And Denny spun himself. Love to see how he
Yeah, I'm
explains that
interested
one.
to see his podcast now. Might
Yeah,
have
it's
to
like,
tune
oh,
in.
yeah, something happens to Denny. It's like, oh, what's he going to say on his podcast about it? So,
It was somebody else's fault. Somebody ran him too hard.
speaking of running too hard, man, Byron ran right into the back of Chastain on that overtime lap. Um, it still
Yeah, I mean,
looks like
I
Byron just had this monster run and didn't expect him to just come up
yeah,
on him that
Byron
quickly.
backed up that turn and he was shot out of a cannon on that exit.
So I don't
But I
think
get
Ross
Chastain's
did.
frustration too, kind of getting run over.
I don't think Ross did anything wrong there. I think he just came out of that turn and Byron shot himself out of a cannon and just boom right into the back of him.
Yeah, picked
And
up so much, and it wasn't like he slammed into him, but just unsettled the car enough that wobbled it and then cleared off the front.
the other thing that was weird about the end is when that incident happened, there was a little delay before the caution light because Fox puts the little light in the corner on the
Yeah, they had it there just in case the yellow comes out before the white flag.
yeah, and so they're on the white flag. Byron runs into the back of Chastain, and you see Brad Keselowski who's running behind them go right by, and then the light turns on, or at least that's how I remember it. And the NASCAR app had credited Brad with second, but then when he's getting his post race interview, Fox is telling him he finished third. But I look at the app again, and I guess they put it back. I'm like, he was clear of that before the light came on. I mean,
Yeah, I
if
have
the
to go
light came
back and
on,
look.
yeah, if the light came on right away, and Byron kept going, so I mean, he would have retained his spot despite the fact he caused the wreck. Um, but yeah, I don't know what Fox just messed up, or if they actually were going to give him third and then realized, oh no, he was clear. But I didn't think it
Well,
was
and
even close.
what some of it could be too, the yellow could have come out, but if they hadn't passed the next
Timing loop, yeah,
scoring system or
right.
the timing, they would revert back to the last active one, which could, in theory, explain why Byron ended up with the second, not Kozlowski, even though he passed him when the lights came out.
I mean, they did give him second in the end, and there's an article about him finishing runner up on NASCAR.com right now. So ultimately, they gave him second, but Brad's like, I got to check the replay on that. I'm not so sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
when there's discrepancies like that, generally it goes back into what was the last timing loop that they have, and that's how they go back and figure out positionings.
about out of time already, but I have to mention the finish between it was Sam Mayer and Ryan Sieg in the Xfinity race.
Yeah,
Two
great
thousandths,
finish.
two thousandths of a second. Did you see the freeze frame where they put the two cars right on the line? It's
Hmm.
like you can barely see the gap between the two of them.
I don't even know how you give 2/1000ths of a second in there because that's not even an inch of separation.
That was ridiculous. It's just we've had some really good races this year. I mean, there's been a lot of complaints in the various series about everything, but we've had some really good racing this year in just in general. It's still in the truck series. There's some, yeah, kids. Kyle Busch wins another truck race.
About standard when he enters.
Yeah. Rajah Kruth, I remember Friday night had a rough spun himself. Actually, I think it was in turn two. Yeah, it was turn two because I remember watching it and I see them cut to Rajah, turned. I'm like, well, that's probably turn two. And that turn two's a doozy.
Yeah, 2 is rough. 4 bit a lot of people today.
It did. That was pretty rough. So we are out of time for this week on the weekend recap show. Wednesday Night Dash is making its season premiere in the trucks at Pocono, Indy Racing World Series at the Milwaukee Mile. We got 2 really good, I think really good, hopefully really good races to watch. 10 p.m. Eastern on Stadium Scene TV Tuesday and Wednesday night. So check us out, FR Racing Online, at FR Racing Online rather, and we'll see you at the end of the week for the full show.
Yeah, take care. Thanks for tuning in.